Hello everyone, I'm Sneha. Today let's see the simplest method to configure Broker to do the data guard management remotely from a compute virtual machine. The best practice is having the primary database, standby database and observer reside on separate servers and hardware to provide fault isolation. The broker interface is available as a feature of Oracle Database Enterprise Edition and Personal Edition. The broker is also integrated with Oracle Database, Oracle Enterprise Manager, and Oracle Cloud Control Plane. So let's get started. So I've logged into the OCI console. You can then go to the marketplace, all applications. Just give it a moment to load. Okay, in the search, not the search above, the search here for the applications, just type Oracle Database, enter, and select the Oracle Database image. Select the latest. Okay, launch instance. So you can provide the instance name, select the details, select your compartment, the availability domain, the image. Okay, now be very careful in selecting your network. Okay, upload the keys. Okay, most of the things you can leave default and click create. And it takes very few moments to provision this image, this instance. It will soon be available. Okay, so the instance is now available and running with your database and your database home. So we can just go ahead and start this. Okay, so it's available. Now you can log in through PuTTY and use this image from where you can actually log in through DGMGRL and configure your primary as well as your secondary, and then in fact enable the fast start and start the broker. So the broker from this VM, okay, from the broker from this VM will be monitoring your primary and your standby. So this is how you're going to do remote monitoring. So you wouldn't be monitoring from the broker and the observer that you would be starting on your primary, which we did in the earlier video, but we would be doing it from a remote host. So though I've started this, I've shown you how to configure it. I will work from the image from the instance broker, which I have already configured. So let's log into a PuTTY. Okay, we have now logged into a broker, which is on a remote compute virtual machine. Okay, so let's see what we have in it. Okay, so if you see, there's already an instance, database instance. That is up and running, ORCL. Okay, so we already have the binaries. It's an enterprise edition. So that means, as I just mentioned in the slide, we would already be having the broker configuration that would be available out over here, and we can start using the DGMGRL and configure our primary and the secondary. Okay, so the very first thing is ensure that you can get connected, or you can TNS ping to your primary that you would be configuring and to your secondary. So since this is the database environment, we would be configuring the TNS entry. So you can go over here, go into the Oracle Home and Network. Okay, so if you see this is my primary database TNS entry, and this is my secondary, that's my standby database entry. So let's do a TNS ping to ensure it's working. Okay, so I can remotely connect or DNS ping to my primary database. So let's do the same for my standby. Okay, so I can DNS ping to my standby database on the secondary server. So let's see what else we can do now. Let me just clear this. Okay, so let's connect to the broker. And from here, now we are going to connect to the primary database. So I'll give a connect, sys primary. Okay, so this will be my TNS name that I have set. Okay, so I can connect from here, show configuration. Okay, so I've already enabled my fast start failover and the observer is not yet started. Okay, and my system is in a maximum performance mode. So let me disable the configuration first, because we will do this time from the max availability. So I will do and edit the protection mode. Also the from async will go to the sync mode, and then we will do the configuration from the remote, and then we will also test a failover. Okay, so let me disable this, disable fast start failover. Okay, before this, let us also just connect to our standby environment. Okay, because when we fail over, we also have to connect from the standby and test out there. So let's do the test initially. This is my standby. Okay, so as seen here from my broker, I can connect to both the environments. Okay, so let me just exit and clear this once. Okay, so let's start. I'm just going to my primary. Okay, so as mentioned, we are now remotely doing this. We are on the compute system. Okay. Okay, so let's also log into our primary database and our standby database, and let's see the configuration from there. Okay, so I've now logged into the primary database. Let us see the settings here. Okay, so this is my primary database with read write maximum performance with database in the primary role and in an async environment. So let's also check the secondary environment. Okay, so if you see, my secondary is in read only with apply maximum performance. Okay, it's a physical standby. So let's go ahead and do the configuration on our broker. So I'll just minimize this at the moment. I've got my primary database over here. So let's do the configuration from the remote compute virtual machine. Okay, so I'm logged into my primary from here. Okay, so first let's change the protection mode from max performance to max availability. So for this, we just have to edit the configuration. Set protection mode as max availability. Okay, then we have to change the log transport mode to sync in both the primary as well as the standby. Okay, so since we are going in for the max availability, the transport mode should be sync. Okay, so as seen over here, we have a successful configuration without any warnings or errors. So we are in maximum availability. Our fast start failover is disabled. Let's enable the fast start failover. Okay, so we have enabled it now in zero data loss mode. So earlier we were in max performance, which was in potential data loss mode. Now we're in max availability, which is in zero data loss mode. So let's start the observer. Okay, so as seen here and in the logs, the observer has been started and the observer is observing both the databases, the primary as well as the standby. Okay, let's open another session and we can now test the failover out from our primary. So let me open another session for the broker. Okay, so we will do the testing here. Let's check it out from here. Okay, so I'm giving a shutdown abort at my primary side. Okay, so my database has been shut down now. So you see this, the primary database cannot be reached. Okay, so this will automatically fail over to my secondary side. Okay, so now my standby. Okay, earlier it was in read only with apply. It will now be in read write. Okay, and it will take some time because it will check the threshold and only then it will do the failover. Okay, as seen in the message, performing failover now. So it's initiating the failover. Okay, so it says that the primary database is now changed to the secondary. So let's go over here. Let's log in to the database. Okay, so if you see here a secondary, okay, on a secondary, our database is now in a read write and maximum availability mode. So since the observer was observing over here, it has automatically done the failover. And in fact, it is also requesting for the reinstate because there's an automatic parameter like the auto reinstate, which is also set to true automatically. It's as per the best practices. So that is also going to try to bring your database in a standby mode. That's your primary database in a standby mode. So we'll just leave it to startup mount, our old primary. So our database will now be reinstated. So this primary will be converted back to a standby. So you observe the changes here. Okay, see the messages. It's trying to connect to the new standby primary _ P. Connection to the new standby restored. Okay, so as you can see, you can just follow the logs that's being showing in your observer, reinstating the database primary _ P. Okay, so successfully reinstated the database primary. Okay, so you can look at the observer message. Once you get this, you can log into the database. Okay, so the database, the old database has now been reinstated. It is back as a read only. It's back as an active data card. Okay, in the maximum availability mode. And okay, now let's see the broker from our remote compute VM. Okay, so now let's connect to the standby, or rather the standby, which is now our primary. Okay, so see, we have a successful configuration status without any issues. Okay, and our primary database after the failover has been changed. The same way our old primary, okay, has been reinstated and now available as a primary database. So you can cross check all the other details also. Okay, so as you can see, the fast start failover options are also showing here. Okay, so this is how you can do you can have a broker configuration on your remote compute node and monitor and manage your primary as well as your secondary. Thank you for watching.